Most traders aren't allowed into Orzammar, so they just sort of gather near the doors. There's no laws up here at all, I'm told.
Oh, my. I did not expect it to be this crowded.
Look at all these people hawking their wares. It's almost like a little city.
Are we descending into the underground? The thought of so much rock over one's head is disquieting.
Are we going to get to enter Orzammar? I don't believe they allow non-dwarves within.
All the Darkspawn are fleeing the underground, and we are going there.
Orzammar lies this way, no? They make golems in such a place, do they not?
Those statues are Dwarven paragons, if I remember right. The best of their ancestors.
Do you think they sell miniatures of these in the city? I would love to have some on my mantle.
How magnificent. These must be the statues of the Dwarven paragons.
If there is anything complimentary to be said about these people, 'tis that they possess a remarkable facility for carving stone.
Ah, the paragons, I believe. The dwarves worship their own ancestors, if you can believe it.
Is it just me, or do all these statues look alike?
Imagine if all of those were golems.
Wow. So this is Orzammar. It's huge.
For a tiny people, they certainly build high ceilings.
It's big.
Where did they put all the rock, I wonder?
Now that is a remarkable amount of lava. Do you think anyone ever falls in?
Not bad.
Lava bad. Don't go near the lava.
The deep roads are home to the Darkspawn now. Oddly, they're supposed to be safer to travel during a blight.
Does that lead out to the deep roads? I hear they're crawling with Darkspawn.
Hey, what's down there?
This no doubt leads out to the deep roads, the ancient passages that once led to the other Dwarven kingdoms.
It seems darker this way. Perhaps this is how one leaves the Dwarven city.
Why would such a small people build things so tall? They must own an impressive array of ladders.
At least there are no pigeons here.
What is that smell? Dwarven vomit. Charming.
Is that drunken singing I hear?
Watch out for that puddle of whatever it is.
I do not even want to think from what manner of substance a cave-dwelling people would create their spirits.
Drunken dwarves. What could be the harm in a few of those?
I should have stayed in that cage.
I hope that is someone being murdered and not simply singing.
The Proving Grounds. Bloodsport entertainment for the masses, at its best.
They don't kill each other in the arena, do they? I mean, why would anyone find that entertaining?
I hear there are all kinds of rules that govern the proving. They get very mad if you break the rules.
Ah, the highlight of underground existence, I take it.
I hear that if the spectators don't approve of a match's outcome, they rush the field and kill the fighters.
I thought their warriors at least would be bigger.
What do they have to prove? They're all soft, filthy things that are going to die.
So the closer you live to the surface, the higher class you are. Unless you're actually on the surface.
Oh, this is grand. The noble houses do love their luxuries, don't they?
Let me guess. This is where the rich dwarves live, yes?
Ah, the social strata quickly makes itself evident no matter where one goes.
From what I've heard of Dwarven politics, I'm almost surprised we haven't seen blood running these streets.
A higher class of midget lives here, I'll wager.
So, how is it the dwarves have a king? I thought they voted on everything, or something like that.
You know, after all this is over, I wouldn't mind getting a job here. I could sing, tell stories, help the king get items from high shelves.
So this is the seat of the king. Except he isn't sitting there at the moment, I suppose.
For such a short people, they do rather like their buildings tall.
This is the royal palace, then. What treasures could lie within?
Yes, very nice. Where are the Darkspawn?
Such big houses they have.
Huh. That's a lot of lava. I guess they just hope it never erupts.
Wonder why they decided to build a city around streams of lava. It's an accident waiting to happen.
I require a moment of silence to take in this magnificent sight.
Must we stand so close to the edge? Can you not feel the mountain directly over our heads?
Last city of the dwarves. Just think, in another century or so, the only dwarves left may be on the surface.
I suppose that building the city in the midst of a pool of molten rock saves invaders the trouble of burning it.
Even I could shatter from this height, surely.
Let me guess. This is where the poor people live.
Let's not spend too much time here. I think poverty might be catching.
Oh dear. The differences between this side of town and the others is striking.
I think I just stepped in something.
Why do the poor not rise up against their betters? This I never understood.
Aha! I smell a seedy underbelly, warts and all.
We are here to kill them all, yes? For sport?
I tried Dwarven ale once. I thought it was just something they tricked surfacers into drinking, as a joke.
I once drank a thimble of Dwarven ale, woke up a week later in Jada wearing nothing but my shoes and a towel.
Oh, wonderful. A Dwarven tavern. I've always wanted to try some of their ale. I hear it's quite potent.
Ugh, just do not buy anything, or touch anything, or sit anywhere.
Do you know that Dwarven ale isn't truly ale at all? And it's black. Marvelous.
Is this some sort of mass suicide?
A brawl would be a pleasant diversion right about now.
There used to be roads to a dozen tigers. Not in my lifetime, though.
How long before Orzammar loses this to the darkness completely? They are in retreat.
This used to be part of an empire, lost to darkness.
This is full of the signs of slow retreat. How great was the empire of their ancestors?
Wilhelm found me somewhere down here. I wish I knew where exactly.
These used to be highways as busy as any surface trade route. Looks like only the military travel here now.
Another depressing tunnel full of death. No wonder we see so many dwarves on the surface.
Something had some fun with these darkspawn. No finesse in the cuts, but I can't argue the results.
The Darkspawn have enemies of their own down here. Brutal ones.
Someone has already made a brutal start on the Darkspawn. Impressive.
Corpses everywhere. That'll be the Legion. Our best and worst.
Ugh, someone left a mess. Who does that, even to a darkspawn?
Nothing subtle about what happened here. Someone enjoys killing these things.
Someone down here takes a great deal of pleasure in a darkspawn kill.
Looks like someone's been having fun down here. I'm jealous.
Boonamar. I thought it would have fallen into dust by now.
How long do you think it's been since anyone has walked in these halls?
Oh, I can just imagine how grand this fortress must have been before the Darkspawn took it.
Funny how we haven't seen any of those Nog things for a while. Do you think the Darkspawn ate them all?
'Tis a shrine of some kind. Who would be worshipped here? And why?
How many such places have been lost to the Darkspawn, I wonder? Dwarven marvels throughout Dedas, all lost to shadow.
Hallowed ground. Blood has been spilled in battle here.
This is a holy place. Do I remember? I'm not sure.
How long do you think it's been since dwarves lived here? Centuries?
I'm overwhelmed. I need a moment of silence.
All this used to be part of the Dwarven Kingdom. This and more. I'm finally beginning to understand the scope of their loss.
I wonder if the dwarves will ever be able to reclaim their lost tigers.
This is a graveyard. Once the dwarves lived here, but no longer.
All manners of creature will rush in to replace a vacant habitat. This is no different, I wager.
It's like a severed limb.
No, I don't think I've ever been here before.
Can't turn your head to cough without Darkspawn creeping back.
We cut a hole, but the darkspawn have refilled it. That's what they do.
Our enemy has retaken the void we left. It's what the Darkspawn do best.
The Spawn have retaken the trenches. Again.
Ah, the Spawn are back again. And after all our effort to clean the place up.
This is what the dwarves suffer. They push the spawn from their border, only to see them return in greater numbers.
The Darkspawn will only return behind us now. There is no end to them.
We've lost and taken the trenches so many times, even the memories can't track it.
These ruins have seen hundreds of battles. While we rally, the Blight never leaves the dwarves.
The Blight never ends for the dwarves. How many generations have fought over the trenches?
A place of unending war. I can feel it, and I'm not even a dwarf.
Such a depressing place to keep fighting over. How often have they passed this back and forth?
The scars here are deep. This place has changed hands countless times.
The Dead Trenches. I remember its name, but nothing else.
More dead. I hope whoever did this is choosy about their targets.
You think whoever did this will stop long enough to see we're not Darkspawn?
Seems our unseen friends have more than a passing hatred for Darkspawn.
As active as ever, those Legion boys. Never leave a Darkspawn walking.
The individual brutality here was unnecessary. These are not precision kills.
These kills show the zeal of men driven by blood. Not that it's always a bad thing.
More dead. If nothing else, our mystery friends are prolific.
Think if we ask nicely, they'll let us join in?
I know that voice from somewhere, but it's changed. Wrong.
A voice that must have once held great beauty. Raises the hairs on my neck now.
That voice sends a chill up my spine. This place is troubled, to say the least.
A troubled song. The singer will be interesting.
A chant, or dirge. Troubled to the bones.
A troubled place. Very bad things have happened here.
Is that singing? Down in this place?
What happened here? Branka has to explain this. She has to.
What was done to these people? There's worse to come?
And still no Branka. It is growing doubtful anyone could survive this unchanged.
Darker and darker. I thought it was black as it was.
This is no longer entertaining. What was done to these people?
There's worse to come. That woman, she's seen things a mortal mind can't grasp.
Is it certain we need to be here? This cannot end well.
That thing was a cousin. And there's worse to come. Branka couldn't have known.
If this was allowed to happen, if there is betrayal here, the greatest monster is yet to come.
I dread what is coming. Could Branka have been complicit in this? Could anyone?
There's a monster yet to come, with a face that hides it.
If this was allowed, someone has reduced these people to the most basic of components. A true monster.
We could have taken her to Branka. What's worse than what we've already seen?
I see this is about to get even worse.
If Branka is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
Branka must be close. How obsessed is she to have existed here for so long?
A troubled place. If this Branka is here, we must be wary of her.
We have to be getting close. If this Branka has survived, she'll be wary.
We must be getting close. Can this Branka have existed down here for so long and remained approachable?
We have to be getting close. I wonder what state this Branka is in after living here so long.
The Anvil of the Void is near. I can feel it.
Ogren's woman has lost herself. You cannot betray your own like this. Breed them, and remain one of them.
Such a pretty face for a monster. To breed her people into spawn? Incredible.
She bred her people into Darkspawn. She is mad.
This Anvil must be powerful. There is no other excuse to betray so much of herself.
She's lost herself. She sacrificed our kin to breed Darkspawn decoys. Can even the Anvil bring her back?
No one does this and keeps themselves. I don't care what Ogren says. To do this? She's insane.
The problem with soft, squishy brains is that they go sour. Take the Dwarven woman, for instance.